What up, y'all? It's the Morning Hustle with L'Oreal and Kyle Santillian. Y'all know how we do it, man. Guest upon guest upon guest. And our guest today is doing big things, whether it's in television, film, or music, hitting that stage or whatever. Yo, she's so beautiful. Her voice is incredible. Coco Jones is in the building. Good morning to you.
She's also at least a foot taller than Kyle. But that's not hard.
It's a fact. You know when I noticed it, though? You may not remember. Last summer, we were in Cincinnati for the Cincinnati Music Fest, and you performed. Yeah. And we took pictures afterwards, and I was like, I think you got me beat.
No, you think? And you was on your tippy toes.
Please. That is hilarious. Don't feel bad about that. Ain't nothing wrong with a short king.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So you wouldn't mind dating shorter guys, right?
No,
she didn't say that.
I would not. I would not.
And I ask these questions because there's a lot of discrimination going on social media.
I ain't seen it.
You have. Every woman wants
Not
a guy
one.
that's 6 feet or taller, and Coco Jones is setting a record straight saying that's not even necessary.
I'm saying that everyone can have preferences, but I wouldn't count nobody out just off height.
That's
See,
what
I went. That's a good answer. Hillary didn't count out Jazz. There was a little, but you know, Jazz was a nice looking one. You know what's crazy? Because I was watching Bel-Air the other day, and you know what I love about this show, Coco?
Right.
But I'm watching it. It was so reminiscent of so many things that I remember seeing. Carlton did a split out of nowhere, and I was like, what the hell? And then I remember, yo, Carlton used to do stuff like that. Or like you came through, your dude almost lost it. Your dad, you know. And then I remember Hillary dude. It was like certain things.
They be
that
doing
really,
the Easter eggs. I mean, they do a really good job of like trying to pay homage to the original show as much as possible.
I'm telling you, or Jazz will show up with another baddie other than you.
Yes.
And he used to have the women.
Yep.
So what's the thing about you? Because I got to talk about Bel-Air really quickly. So what is it for you that's special about Bel-Air that's different from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Well, I think for me, the thing that is really special is how we work in like real life topics and real life subjects, because I think it's such a misconception that, oh, these people live in this great house and they've got a great life and they don't feel. No, everybody's going through a lot of the same problems because we're all humans. And so I like the way we touch on police brutality and social media and like, you know, all of the things that are real life subjects while still entertaining people and having the drama and the theatrics, but it can get very grounded. And I think that type of show is refreshing.
And to Lo's point, I think people forget that although it was a sitcom, the original show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, talked about all of those things, dealt with all of those issues, you know what I mean? And now you're just dealing with it in a more serious way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
And we know it's coming back, right? Season 4.
I don't know that for sure.
How not?
How not? I haven't heard anything of the sort.
So you haven't started filming or anything yet?
No.
Okay.
So season 3.
We're so ready.
I know, y'all. Woo. I love that though, and I think that's so impressive to continue to like get people's attention. Attention in this time of the world is like gold. It's like literal currency. So I wouldn't be surprised if it comes back, of course, but I really won't know until top of next year at best.
It's impressive to me how you're able to have a breakout show like Bel-Air, but then have this major singing career. Not just because there's a lot of actors out there that are trying to sing or have singing careers, and it's just not even, and no shade to anybody on the cast, but a lot of people do music on the cast of Bel-Air. But you, girl, you are on charts, Grammy, nominated, all kind of stuff. Like, how are you balancing that?
Well, I mean, I don't really feel like there is a balance. I mean, I don't see balance in anyone's life. I don't know if that's even a real true thing. I think it's really just whatever is the most time sensitive, that's what you do. But I was working on music before I even started filming Bel-Air. So by the time I found out I got that, I was already recording songs. By the time the season came out, I had like 70 songs because I was not going to not go to the studio. I had to do both because I wanted, music is just as important to me. So I think the difference between some people's paths and mine is, and I can't speak to everybody, is at all the times I was doing auditions, they were just to keep me going with music. They were literally just like my second income, you know, because music was always that through line that drives me. You
Because
know,
people think that one income is enough. Nowadays, it's not.
oh, LOL, no.
Right, exactly.
And I live in LA. I'm like, y'all, the criminal.
Right. No, it's very expensive.
Facts,
Being
facts.
that you do both things, and you're having your music career and your television career, and obviously Will Smith did both, is there any conversations that you guys have had where he really dropped the gem on you about, you said it's not balanced, but
Yeah.
about managing both?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I did ask him, how does he step away sometimes? Does he? Because I always feel like I'm comparing myself to these other hustles that I've heard about, like Beyonce. She works so hard, and everyone
Right.
knows that. And I'm
Right.
like, okay, so does anyone take breaks? Is that allowed at all, please? And if it's not, then it's not, and at least I'll know. But I gotta know from somebody successful. Did you stop ever? Did you ever pause? And he gave me a great answer. He would say, like, when his body would literally refuse, when his body would give out and he would have nothing left to give, there's no choice.
It's like
there's
exhaustion.
no choice. And it's either exhaustion or, like, sometimes I would get so sick and I'd be like, I never get sick. Like, but it's like you're just not sleeping. You're just not at your house at all. You're just always on a plane.
Yeah.
And so if there's none of me left to give, then I have to stop. And I mean, I think also too, I want to put, like, my best foot forward and everything. And I've learned now that some of the things I did when I was half asleep, they weren't my best work, you know? And so I'm like, that can't happen. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it is a hard balance. I don't know if I'll ever fully have that perfect formula. I just will keep, you know, listening to my inner self.
It might be because you've been going nonstop. Now, what I did see on your page, you actually sung the national anthem when you were super young, but then you also recently sung it the Ravens versus the Chiefs game. So, okay, young Coco singing in front of all these people versus grown-up Coco that know how to do the riffs. You were doing the riffs in the beginning too, but, like, what's the difference? And what did you still have the same fear? Is it easier for you now?
I think the difference, honestly, is my childlike faith at that time. I wasn't scared of anything. I had no reason to be.
How old was you in that?
9, girl.
9?
9. Just excited. Mom, when is it my turn? Mom, when is it my turn? Come on, like, let's go. Let's go. Like, just ready. And I had so many big dreams, no limitations, nothing. The world hadn't taught me to make any version of myself smaller yet. And so I always try to go back to who I was and what my brain was like as that young kid, because I think that childlike faith is so powerful in your life, you know, to be able to look at your circumstances and still be like, yeah, I'm still gonna be this.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna get this. I still deserve these things.
So
It's
if anything,
powerful.
you had more fear when you were older doing the national anthem.
I think, I think I have more thoughts. I have more, I'm more critique with myself. I have, like, such this high standard of where I want to be and what I want to happen. And then I also know what's going on. I know what it's like, what the tech person means by da-da-da-da-da. And so I'm looking around at all these different pieces versus when I'm a kid and I'm just like, yay!
Yeah. Because we see people bomb at the national anthem. Fergie damn near messed up her career off of the national anthem. Am I lying? I'm honest. Like, it was like we didn't look at, we knew she couldn't sing.
Why are you screaming back there?
But we knew Fergie wasn't the best singer. But when she did the national anthem, and like anything could have happened.
It is one of the most challenging songs for sure, because one, the crowd might not know you.
Yeah.
And two, you didn't write it.
Right.
So you can really get in your head. And they're giving you no energy. Everybody's they're giving you nothing. This isn't the type of performance where you get feedback from the crowad.
Yeah.
You're just there to literally do your part. And so, I could see how you would get in your head. Sometimes I get in my head, I'm like, now I know this next word is this. But what if
why didn't I smiling while I'm singing?
I know. No, girl, literally. And then sometimes you're on the clock and they're like, and you're like, what? And I'm over here trying to give patriarch.
Yeah.
I'm doing math. It's algebra.
That's crazy.
You mentioned your mother, going to your mother, say, Mom, when is my time? When is my time? Your mother was a vocalist. Your father was a professional NFL player.
Who? Mike Jones.
Not the rapper. I must get that PSA every
but his
time.
name was
Must
Mike
get that
Jones.
PSA every
It's so
time.
funny.
But that being said, both of your parents were in professions where they were performing. You know what I mean? Whether it was singing or on a football field. What kind of things did your parents pour into you in terms of you developing your career?
My dad taught me the competition and the tenacity of it all, pushing past comfortability. My mom, she did do some work as a vocalist, but really she had she's had multiple companies that she's run. My family actually has a funeral home that we've been passed down from generation to generation to generation. So she's learned so much about business, and that is what I've learned, and that is what I draw back on a lot, like how to just not burn bridges, how to carry yourself, how to negotiate for yourself, how to walk in places with confidence, how to pitch yourself, how to market yourself, how to not be shy and show people what you can do. She used to make me sing at the drop of a hat. And I'd be freaking 9, like sitting in a room with all executives. No reason for them to give me any comfort.
Right.
Any like, you're doing great. No reason. I'm just another kid.
Mom's like, get to it.
She'd be like, and go. She would actually do this thing where she would grab her earring, and that would be the time where
I know that's right. Get to singing.
Thanks.
And you knew better than to hesitate.
Please, I would perform. You mind I sing for you guys? I just had a thought. I just had a random thought. Can I sing for y'all? Crazy.
It's giving Joe Jackson, mama.
No. It was all from love, because my mom was very much the type, like, if you ever get lazy here, I can go home. I got 3 other kids.
I know that's right.
So we don't have to be here. But if you're going to work for it, then we're here.
Well, let's talk about Most Beautiful Design, your latest single featuring Future. Well, let's talk about, since you talked about pouring into, did you pour into Future? I felt so sad when he was talking in this. He said they treat him like a womanizer. Why you letting them do that to them, Coco? Why you let him get treated like that?
Brand, I can't control what they do.
Were y'all in the studio doing this together, or did you get sent to track?
We did our parts separately. London on the Track was kind of like our middle ground. He did a lot of the songs that are on my debut album, and he knows Future very well. He knows me very well, and so he kind of.
I get why he ain't let y'all in the studio together now.
Please,
okay, just kidding.
Anyway, I really love the song because I think it's refreshing to see, Future be vulnerable, and for me, of course, I'm always vulnerable, so I'm like, perfect. This feels very authentic to me. I think it's a really dope, and I miss like those rap and R&B collabs. Like those have always been such a dope combination, and I want to do more of them myself too.
That's what I love about you. You have that 90s feel, but it's still like a new vibe. It's not, it doesn't sound dated or anything. It's just fire. And you know how to sample perfectly. You have an SWV sample on your past album. Coco. Any can we see Cocos together?
I mean, hey, we literally performed at the Soul Train.
Yeah, but I mean as far as a song.
Oh, I mean, I would love that. I think it's so dope to be able to, like, one, just learn from the women that I've learned from, like see how they've gotten to where they are, and to, I guess, like get any wisdom that they want to share, of course, is always my goal. I'm a sponge. I love to learn anything. And of course, we can do that musically. That'd be iconic.
Yeah, I would love that. What's the biggest misconception about Coco?
Me? Biggest misconception?
Yeah, because I did say the other Coco, so now we just...
Honestly, I don't really know if there is a misconception, because I think I'm very, very authentic. I try to be as honest as I can be. So I don't know if there is one. I don't know it yet.
Yeah,
that's interesting. You mentioned a second ago, I just wanted to bring it back, how much you love hip hop and R&B collaborations. I recently did this video where I did my top 3 hip hop and R&B collaborations. So I'm interested in which 3 you might feel like is some of your favorites.
The first one that came to my head was Love Song with Rihanna and Future.
Okay.
Nelly and Kelly.
Dilemma.
No matter what I do. What's another one? Ashanti and
Ja Rule.
Ja Rule, of course. Of course.
Those are good ones.
So many
Those are good ones.
And then Coco and Future.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Period.
We recently just saw you on the Yard too at Howard.
Girl,
you just performed there. How was that?
It was cracking. It was cracking up there.
Crazy.
But I'm really excited to get back on tour. Like the kind of the strategy was for me to go on tour, so that was going to be a stop on my tour. But when I was working on the album, I feel like it just was starting to feel like I'm trying to meet these deadlines to keep up with like the consumer desired timeline versus like the best product that I know I've put out into the world confidently timeline. And so it was getting a little scary. And I'm grateful that I have a team that, doesn't make me feel like I have to be this, like a product on a product line. It's really about like, can I put the best art out? And sometimes art takes time. Like I know the albums that I love, they've all taken time in between. But top of the year now.
Not top of the year for the new album. Good. No, because I know that's a thing.
You got a name? You got a name?
I ain't got a name yet. I've got some thoughts.
I think you have something.
I do. I have thoughts in my head, but I'm like, things be changing.
You should call it Spider.
You sent me just now. You
What?
Sent me I love that for you.
Do you like spiders? Do you like spiders
I
or no?
actually am not afraid of any bugs.
Oh, I didn't think you
I'm
were.
from the country,
You don't
girl.
seem like you're scared of spiders.
You're sending me right now.
Do you like basketball?
Honestly, truly, once I stopped playing basketball, I didn't really get into it. I think it's because I heard so many sports lingos and sports conversations growing up with my brother and my dad that I just.
So it turns
no
you
games
off.
for you. No games for you, right? You're not going to any basketball games, not even in Cleveland?
I would go to a game. I've been to games before.
Okay.
Of course.
Sounds fun.
Everyone goes
Can I
to
go
games.
with you to a game?
You could come with me to a game, babe.
I love you,
course.
Coco. You're my favorite. You are my favorite.
I love you too, girl. I will never forget this moment.
That was
You are
nice.
hilarious.
What do you mean?
You kept it real cute.
I kept
real
it cute.
demure.
I thought I kept it
Very
super cute,
Real
just like y'all
demure.
do.
Real demure.
Super cute.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Moving on.
Okay, let's move on. Now, Kyle.
No,
London on the Track.
figure
Let's
what
talk
we're
about,
on.
because you talked about London on the Track was the collaborator. He's the one that brought y'all together. Can we see y'all doing more together? Because he's not working with SZA. I mean, sorry, he's not working with Summer Walker anymore.
Girl.
What?
Friend.
No, this is just something that they got out there. That's not me. I didn't want to be in that group chat.
Well, anyway, to speak on me.
Okay,
He definitely did a lot of the songs that are going to be on my album. He's become like a really good collaborator. I find that for me, I like when people just keep it really real with me. Like, oh, that lyric ain't strong enough for it. I don't believe you when you sing this. That's how my mom would be all the time.
Yeah.
So I thrive in truthful, just really tough love environments.
So he would stop you, because y'all work together in the studio. So he'll stop you and be like, nah, I'm not feeling that.
Yeah. He'll be like, you got to sing it like this.
I see he's really producing.
I'll be like, all right.
I love that. I love that. Because I feel like nowadays people are just putting their names on top of other people's beat and calling themselves a producer.
I do feel like, sometimes it works, And so it's hard to if the consumer will accept it sometimes, then of course some people are gonna have the idea that okay, this is the TikTok way, this is the trend way to make a song work. And I think for me, I'm trying to just do timeless vibes, whatever I feel.
That's the best thing. I feel like there's too much microwave stuff out here as it is, and it sounds like you really want to have that time and really cook something up. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I think you have the vocals and you're strong enough for it. I think a lot of times too, a lot of these artists don't. They might have a sound and they might have a pitch, but they don't have the strong vocals to really carry some of these songs through like you can.
I think it's really the feeling. If you can capture that feeling, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's about how strong your vocals are. I feel like it's this feeling that some songs have and some songs don't. And it's just are you connected to what you're putting out there? And what you're putting out there, does it connect to the audience?
Was there anything you had to unlearn becoming an artist?
I think I did have to unlearn always trying to show off. Because I feel like that's how I got here, was just doing the most, singing the loudest, being the kid that stood out, just doing the most. But sometimes I have to look at songs from if this person never really listened to music, would they hear my voice and be like, oh, whoa, what's going on? Can they even digest what I'm putting out? Because music is also about something that just feels good to listen to. I love ramen. That's one of my favorite cheat meals, but I'm not gonna eat that every day because I know I'm gonna ruin it for myself. If it's too much, it's anything too good, too much, it's just too much still. So I try to sometimes calm my own self down. Girl, you can do your big one on tour. But just sing the hook the way the hook goes sometimes.
That makes sense.
What's the difference between working with a new age producer like a London on the Track versus a Babyface when y'all did Simple?
That's a great question. You know what? I feel like my most enjoyable collabs with legends, there's not much really different because everybody's got that opened mind of I don't assume I know anything. I don't assume you know anything. Let's figure out what we can learn together here in the room. And that was so cool to see Babyface even be like that. And I have some other producers that I worked with that have had so many years of hits. And when they have that, here's what you need to do. I know everything. Here you go. That very dad. I'm well, this was something. But when they're more hey, music is constantly evolving. And so what do you like to sing about? What do you want to do here? How can I do something new with you instead of expecting you sing R&B. This is what you need. You know, that type of openness works whether you're a legend, whether you're new. You know?
Yeah. You was at the Victoria's Secret show. I
was there.
Can we see you walking in a would you do that?
I would absolutely do that.
I felt like I was going to see you pop out on the stage. I actually felt a little jiff like they were supposed to have you walk.
That is hilarious.
Let's put that in the atmosphere.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Honestly, truly. I think fashion is just another realm where you can make your name, you know, surpass music. Like, I look at Rihanna, I think of her about makeup. Yeah. I think of her about clothes. I think of her about fashion. I think of her about music. Like, if you could attach your brand to all those different outlets, I just think that's really dope. So yeah,
and you smell good too. She has a new perfume coming, guys.
Let me put the album out, please. Let me put the album out.
I'm trying to give you another job.
Right. Wait, I can't. There's literally no time in the schedule, but no, I can see myself doing something.
Yeah, I think so too.
When it comes to acting, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to you talk, and I'm thinking like, yo, like we know you're doing your thing on screen, but could we see Coco Jones at some point maybe doing an action film or something big blockbuster?
Superhero.
You know what I'm saying? Like on that type of level, like what are your aspirations on the acting side in the levels that you could take it to?
That is a great question. I do feel like I respect acting so much and the ability to like transform and really nobody clock like, that's you for real. You're just doing you for real. I think that's so dope. And I do have the goal of, I would love to do an action film. Like Charlie's Angels was one of my favorite movies. Like,
that
was
like,
what? Like, yes. You and the bell.
Because I love it. All these great ideas.
Yeah.
Ron, get on that.
Yeah, I would love to do an action film. And I think I would love to do like a drama. I don't really mess with horror because I'll be like, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't pray every time I watch a scene. I can't do this.
Yeah.
But something with real drama and like really grounded. Like I think of like Viola Davis, and she's one of the actors I love so much.
She's amazing.
Because I just feel her every time, and I want to be able to like on screen have the same impact that I do behind the microphone.
Is there anyone you would want to play? Because you know a lot of people have these biopics. They just had Tiana Taylor, Dionne Warwick. They're going to do one.
That's
Is there anybody? Has that ever been crush your mind? Anybody you would ever?
Well, I get told that I look like Jennifer Hudson and Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
A lot. So maybe if they doing a biopic, I would get one of that.
I know that's right.
You can do J-Hub for sure.
Come on now.
And then what about any projects acting projects other than Bel-Air?
Yes, I did do a film a couple months ago. I don't know when that'll come out though. And I have some other things in the works.
I know that's right, man.
Busy,
you slept ever this year?
I do. Okay. Girl, I told you I will be burnt out.
You really good to take your nap.
It must happen. It must.
Yes, I love that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you the best, man. You're doing amazing work. We want you to keep it up. We're happy that you stopped by to see us today.
Yes.
We want everybody to check out Most Beautiful Design, you and Future. Any last thing you want to say?
He's not toxic anymore. Coco fixed him.
Any last thing you want to say to the listeners about what you got going on right now?
Yes. Stream Most Beautiful Design and stay tuned for my debut album at the top of the year. And then I'll see y'all on tour. Come see me.
Yeah.
There it is, man. Coco Jones on the Morning Hustle. We appreciate you for sure.
Thank you so much, y'all.
Yeah.
Go.
We are the Morning Hustle.